Oh, good evening, dear friends. So happy to have you with us this evening. Welcome to Saturday. My name is Nicholas Viselli. I'm the artistic director of Theater Breaking Through Barriers. And yeah, we are coming to you so very live from right here in the heart of the Thunderdome, right here in Midtown Manhattan. And on behalf of all of us here at TBTB, all of our artists, our administrative team, our technicians, our board of directors, I would cordially like to welcome all of you to Theater Breaking Through Barriers, fourth Hybrid Playmakers Intensive, or HPI4, Transcendence Approaching. Um, this I was thinking about this before. This project is going on for a few weeks. It's a very concentrated, intense process in terms of how we create our shows, and um, uh, and yet there's all this excitement that builds. And then when we finally get to the performance week, which is where we're at right now. Sorry, my tie's a little crooked. Um, we tend to it just you think, boy, we've got a whole week of shows, and yet it goes by so fast. We had an amazing week. There were, if you did not have a chance to see any of the plays we did, please go to you can see them on our YouTube page or our Facebook page as well, all the shows that we have done this week. But when we took this prompt of transcendence, of um, moving to higher ground, to whatever that term transcendence meant to our writers and our artists, we've seen such an incredible example or incredible spectrum of types, all different types of transcendence. The shows have been so really rich and incredible. So I'm just so excited about them. So I urge you to watch them. But tonight, Saturday, we mark as the final performance for the plays that are all performed online. And boy, do we have a great show for you tonight. I'm really excited. This play was written by Monica Herbert. Monica, I am so thrilled to know Monica. This is the first time that she is working with us. She's actually based out in San Francisco. And here we were able to work together because of this very medium. So she had written this really lovely play called The Driver on the Bus. It is directed by phenomenal director, Ashley Wren Collins, who has worked with us before. And I'm just so thrilled to see how she works, and just to be able to work with her is just an honor. And we have two, well, I will call them TBTB vets because you've seen them a number of times, and it's just so great to always work with them. We have Bree, Klauser, and Estrella Tamez. So we're really excited. So I'm going to ask you to just bear with me for a second. It's going to take a second to get this thing started, but I'll try to be quick. I am going to ask you all, please, no further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Oh my goodness. Enjoy The Driver on the Bus by Monica Herbert. Okay, see here. Ah, all righty. Let's go. See, we have brakes, check, air, check, lights, check. Battery charge level full. All systems go. See here. Good morning, dispatch. This is driver 4429. And John, I'm just getting ready to start her up. Yeah, I'll make sure the audio and visual indicators are on. Let's see here. Yeah, audio and visual indicators. What do you mean? Do I know how to do it? Of course I know how to do it. Yeah, you bet. I'm a good driver. Yeah. What? People have been complaining. What people? Well, it matters to me. I've been doing this 29 years. I'm a good bus driver. Yeah, okay. You have a good day too.
Open the door. Come on, any day now. When?
Okay. Let's see. All right, here. Let's see here. Okay. Type in your driver number. Yeah, type in your route number. Type in your bus number. Yeah, okay. Push LED to advanced video display. Yep. And yeah. Okay. Additional functions. Worry about that. Okay. So let's see what we got here. All right, we're off. Here we go.
Finally.
Yeah.
What took you so long? Did you not see me standing at the door?
Well, you're hard to miss. This is the first time. This is the first run, you see, and I was setting up the bus. The regulations stipulate that no passengers are allowed to board the bus until the bus is set up. Mind you, that only applies to the first run. In this case, where bus drivers are changing ships, it might be mid-route. People are already on the bus, and then that's okay.
Get it. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to explain to you how this.
Already. Sheesh.
All right, I'm going. Yeah, good morning to you too. Christ, you gave me a start. Where'd you come from? You know, I didn't have to open up the doors for you. Regulations stipulate that no passenger can board once the driver's pulled away from the curb. Anyway, you're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm a little disoriented. This is my first day at a new school and I don't want to be late.
Huh. Hey, you a teacher or something? You look like a teacher.
Yes, I'm a teacher.
That's great. Now we need more teachers out here. Teachers, nurses, sanitation workers. What do you teach?
I teach elementary school, first grade.
Yeah, you remind me of a teacher I had in first grade.
Hey, Mr. Regulations. Don't the regulations stipulate no unnecessary conversation?
I was just remembering something.
Excuse me, I've never ridden this bus before. Do you know how far until we get to McAllister?
Oh, Christ, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, Leaves of Grass. I love Walt Whitman.
He was controversial, you know?
I know. Some people thought the book was obscene and too sensual, but when I read it, I feel like I'm a poem, like I'm full of possibility.
Okay. Full of possibility. I like that. I don't know about the whole being a poem part. Hey, how come I don't hear the audio announcements for the stop? Where are we?
The LED display is on.
Oh, I would like the audio too. This is my first time on this route. I've got the stops on my phone, but I'd like to know what's coming up so I don't miss my stop. Why isn't it on?
It's supposed to be on, but don't waste your breath. I've been complaining.
You've been complaining?
These bus drivers, right?
These bus drivers?
These bus drivers do whatever they want. Sometimes the light is on, sometimes it's off. Sometimes the sound is on, sometimes it's not. Sometimes the sign for the next stop is on, sometimes it's not.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, people scramble off the bus last minute because they didn't realize it's their stop.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And sometimes the driver turns off the ding for when you pull the cord.
The what?
You know, the ding that happens when you pull the cord for a stop.
Oh.
Yeah. See, the driver has a little red light on his dashboard, but most people don't know that. I've seen people almost yank the cord out because they don't hear the ding.
Whoa, that doesn't seem right.
Really? I think it's a control thing. You know, it's their universe and they're in charge.
First off, what do you mean by these drivers? They were not all the same. And we don't treat everyone the same.
Exactly.
It's not how I meant that.
There's no consistency. There's a protocol and it should be in place every time.
A passenger could just always just tell me what stop they want to get off at.
If everyone who got on the bus told you what stop they wanted to get off, that would be chaos. And besides, what if you forgot?
Yeah, that's true. That's a lot to remember.
Yeah, that's just me being courteous.
It's not about courtesy. The audio indicators are there for passengers with visual impairments.
Well, everybody really. I mean, just like everybody uses the accessible stall in the restroom because it's bigger.
Well, yeah, whatever. People have rights, you know?
Well, we all have the right to be treated with dignity and respect.
Yeah, dignity and respect. That's what I'm talking about.
This bus needs to be ADA compliant when it pulls out of the garage. If not, you and the entire bus company can get sued.
Oh, now hold on. Hold on.
That seems a little extreme.
Or maybe boycotted. The people, united, can never be defeated.
What are you doing?
The people, united, can never be defeated.
What do you mean, people? It's just you.
I contain multitudes.
Okay,
the
wait.
people, united.
That's not what Whitman meant. I mean, you're taking it too literally.
The people, united, can never be defeated.
Okay, you're
the
going
people,
too far.
United.
And anyway, it's will never be defeated. The people united
oh.
will never be defeated.
Now you too?
The people, united, will never be defeated. The people, united,
stop!
will never be defeated.
I don't
people,
know
united,
how.
What?
Oh,
I don't know how to do it. I mean, if you don't do everything in exactly the right order, you have to start over again. And if I have to start over, then I'd be late pulling out. So I just bypass all of that stuff.
well, maybe I can help.
How?
Well, when you were a little boy, didn't you used to make up rhymes or songs to help you remember how to do something?
Yeah. How did you know that?
Well, teachers know everything. I mean, when my first graders are learning how to do something for the first time, that's what we do. Tell us the steps, and
We'll help you come up with something that will help you remember.
Yeah, it's like learning to walk, one step at a time.
I'm driving a bus here. I'm not learning how to walk. I already know how to walk.
It's a metaphor.
Show us what you do to get your bus running.
You know, only bus drivers are supposed to know how to operate things. Otherwise, anybody could take off with the bus.
We'd want to take off with a bus.
Years ago, a kid managed to commandeer a New York City subway. He ran the whole route, start to finish. Do you remember? The passenger said it was the first time that train ran on time.
Trust us, we don't want to take over your route.
Oh, come on. Show us what you do.
I don't know. Regulations,
Jeez, enough with the regulations already.
Okay. First, there's the manual stuff. I check the tires, give them a good kick. Then I open the door, of course, so I can get in, sit down, and push the button to start the engine.
Okay, so far we've got kick, doors, sit, engine.
Vroom, vroom.
And I check the brakes,
Brake,
then the lights,
lights,
make sure the battery's full,
battery, full,
and turn on the air.
warm.
And toasty.
Yeah, see, but that's all manual, okay? That's the easy part. Then I gotta put all of this crap into the system. Okay, I put in my driver number. Yep, and my bus route and bus number. Yeah, just so anybody who wants to complain has all the information they need. Next, I have to set up the LED and audio indicators. The LED comes on automatically, but I don't know how to integrate the audio.
It looks like there's an option on the menu for selecting additional functions.
Yes. Click on that and scroll down.
Okay, wait, when do I stop scrolling? What am I looking for?
I don't know, but I'm sure we'll know when we see it.
You're not exactly inspiring confidence here.
Keep scrolling. Scrolling. There it is. See that line that says triggering announcements? Click on it.
Yeah. Are you sure? I don't think I want to trigger anything here.
Well, no, but we don't know what's there and how it works unless we try.
Okay, here goes.
What does it say?
It says enable announcements. Oh! Well, is it that simple? I was always afraid to go further.
Okay, so now we can add that, and here's the routine. All right, all together now.
Yeah.
Kick, doors, sit, engine, brake,
Brake,
lights, battery, air,
Yeah.
driver number,
Driver number, blip.
bus number,
Bus number,
Blip.
route number,
route number,
Blip.
LED,
LED
on,
on.
enable
Enable
announcements,
announcements.
scroll,
Scroll,
relax.
relax. Hey, that's good.
The next stop will be McAllister.
Oh!
It looks like my stop's coming up.
Eh,
Well, thanks, Mr. Regulations. I liked going on this journey with you.
we really did do something together, didn't we? Hope I see you again on my route.
I had fun. I wish I had you for a teacher.
I would have loved having you in my classroom.
Good luck at your new school.
Thanks. According to my phone, this is my stop too. I wish there was a bathroom nearby. I really have to go, and I don't know how long the walk is to school.
Yeah. This is a rest stop for the drivers, and I'm not supposed to do this. Yeah, here's a code for the restroom.
Thank you.
You really do look like my first grade teacher. She'd be much older. I wonder where she is now. Wonder if she'd remember me. Yeah, probably not. That was a long time ago.
Larry, always remember, you are full of possibilities.
Yeah. Thanks, teacher. Eh. Kick, door, sit, engine, brake lights, battery, air, driver number, bloop, bus number, bloop, route number, bloop, LED on, enable announcements, scroll, select. Ah, jeez. Wow, there we go. Woo! Everybody come on. Back on the bus.
Beep, beep.
All right. Sorry about some technical glitches at the beginning, folks. I know what it means for the actors now. It's like, oh, wait, I got to do all this stuff. Yeah, sorry about that. We'll get it right in the next show, but I think we did okay, barring all of the errors. Just a screen thing, that's all. And my tie thing broke again, so I had to go with tieless. My apologies. This
That's
was
against
great.
the regulations. No tie.
Well, yeah, but you see, I tried to get an official like uniform tie, which is a clip-on. So anyway, thank you guys so much. This was great fun. Yeah, it's been it's been a while since I actually acted in anything, and I remember doing one of these intensives like early on. I think I was in one or two of them in the beginning, but this is great. I don't, it's weird for me because I usually host these, but that's why I really asked Alicia to come on. And Tucker, if Tucker will be here too, because I think, Alicia, you should ask questions. So go ahead, fire away.
Hi, my name's Alicia. For those that are tuning in, I am a white woman with brown hair. I have a sparkly headband on and a floofy multicolored shirt. I'm the development manager at TBTB, just new to the team. And it's wonderful to see these intensives and to see, I have so many questions for the writer, the director. I feel like for this medium, to make it all work, you guys did a fantastic job. Bravo to everybody. And it really reminded me of like being on the subway in New York. I know you're on the bus, but the conversations you have, and I loved that about this piece. So I'd love to hear about how the inspiration came about and then how Ashley shaped it as a director once the writing was committed to the page.
I
So
think Monica, our playwright, should speak about her inspiration for sure first.
So, well, before I say anything, I just want to give so much gratitude to this amazing, amazing crew, Ashley and Bree and Nick and Estrella. They just really breathe life and heart and all of their craft and skill into it. So I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. I think so. I'm a word nerd. So as soon as I found out that the theme was transcendence approaching, I went to the dictionary and looked up transcendence. And it was this really esoteric definition that I stumbled on, which said being beyond comprehension. So I said, okay. And then we had our big group meeting where everyone was selected. And one of the things that stood out for me was what Nick said. He said, there are all of these philosophies and practices around transcendence, but also to think about it in terms of like working through something, whether it's a relationship, a situation. And so I found that a wonderful way of kind of like bringing that very, I don't know, kind of out there definition, being beyond comprehension down to the mundane. And I don't mean mundane in a bad way. I mean like just every day. How do we do that in our own lives? How do we live beyond what we think our capabilities are? So that was that part of it. And I've never owned a car, so I'm on the bus every day. or some form of public transit.
Wow.
And I have noticed how there are all these different permutations of how all of these things that are supposed to help riders work. Sometimes things are on, sometimes they aren't. And I always wonder, well, why is that? Sometimes I've asked bus drivers, why is that? Is it because they don't feel like it, or because, it is a control thing for them, or they don't want to hear it all day? But then I thought, well, maybe they just don't know how. Because sometimes you get a lot of technology thrown at you where you work, and you're expected to do it, but not really given the backbones of how to. So that's where all of that came in, like giving the bus driver the benefit of the doubt and saying, he's a nice man. He's been doing it for a long time, but he doesn't know how and doesn't know how. And so I really wanted to have these three people go on a journey together and come out a little different, I think, all of them on the other side.
Yeah.
I was saying earlier today, I feel like it's so fitting that we did this play tonight because I rode a bus. That was a new route to me for the very first time. And I was frustrated because the LED display was on, but it did not list the next stops, and nor did it list them via audio. So I was a little bit at a loss experiencing what our characters here experience. But I love somebody once said to me how grateful they are that talking about the weather exists, because a lot of times strangers talk about the weather. Oh, it's hot out there. It's cold. You get in an elevator or a bus. Thank goodness for the weather. There's something people can always talk about. But I love how Monica's play really transcends, she's talking about the mundane, which I think is a great word, but also just the way humanity, like we find ways to connect. All of a sudden, strangers who thought they were going to take a bus ride and be in their own world and get where they're going end up forming a connection and helping one another. And that's a beautiful thing about life, and especially I feel like urban life. So I love that this play sort of highlights that, and we had a lot of fun exploring it in rehearsal.
That's amazing. You could really see the energy. I loved like the chanting and the kind of, you could see the arc, like a kind of, at first there was like a bit of harshness, like who's this other person, this otherness, and then trying to say, okay, like finding each other's humanity. I'd love to hear from the actors to see how they felt about what they felt when they got the script and were looking at it, and how it resonated for them. Whoever wants to start.
I'll go ahead and start. I absolutely loved it the first time I read it, and it's just gotten better each version, which I think we only did 2 versions, maybe 3, but there were very, very small changes, and I feel like it was pretty solidified, and just really it had the arc, it had the beginning, middle, and end from the very start when Monica gave us the scripts. And I just felt like it was such a great collection of what we had talked about. And again, Monica's her explanation of what the transcendence was for her in this play. But yeah, I just thought immediately, and then to get to work with Nick, how many times have I done virtual plays with you guys since the pandemic, and I've never gotten to act with Nick. So it's been a great experience to finally act with him, and to work with Ashley for the first time. And Bree and I have worked together several times in different capacities, and but the first time with Monica, it was a real pleasure. It was a real pleasure for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Go on, Bree.
Yeah. Oh, you saw me open my mouth. Yeah. Yes. No, I really like this play in that it says everything it needs to say in such a, like, it's funny that you said that you're like a word nerd. Like, the economy of words nowadays is really, really important. Like, trying to get to the point in a concise but complete way. And I feel like, it's not even, I think it's like even less than 15 minutes, this play, and we get a whole slice of life of these three characters, like, kind of coming out the other end different, or changed changed from the experience. Like I saw Wicked yesterday. It's like, you know, just because they knew each other, they were changed. Even, and this is such like a snapshot of like real life, and especially if you live in a city, like you have these interactions. Like maybe you'll just bond with a fellow passenger over like something crazy that happens on the subway, and maybe you'll never see them again, but like you'll remember that, and they might remember you. And I think it's like understated in its simplicity, and that's what I really loved about the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I chose to do this play last in this series is for all the reasons that we just talked about. What I loved about this this play more than anything was that it really is just a very simple situation that pretty much everyone can relate to. And with all due respect to the shows we had this week, what was so exciting about that was we were able to explore this this prompt in so many different ways. And when we started on Monday, we had a really sort of heavy drama, which also tapped into the politics of the time. And then we sort of went into elements that were maybe more ethereal, spiritual, I guess. But what I loved about this one was just the fact that I think in our lives, everyone's life, every human being's life is made up of these little interactions. Sometimes they're important, like major interactions that you of course remember. Sometimes it's the interaction is not even, you don't even talk to the other person. It's just a look, it's an exchange. There's something there, and it bumps you along on this journey. It influences you. I don't even know how else to say it. But what was so nice about this was you had all these people who all start out as strangers. They don't know each other. And in the end, they all connect. And you and make each other's lives better as a result of it. And that to me is, in this case, just a very simple, relatable version of transcendence, of moving to a better place. So that's why I love this play.
I love that. And I wanted to ask Monica again, watching this, I felt I did want to learn more about all of them. And you had mentioned before that this has inspired you to maybe expand this piece. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that.
About expanding it? I don't really know. I have a couple of ideas, not really fleshed out. I mean, I think you see there's an interaction between the driver and the school teacher. And I'd like to expand a little more on where that comes from. Why does she know his name? Because remember, they don't tell each other their names. So, yeah, and that's not something that I really explored in this version, but I'd like to do a little more sci-fi with it, I think. And I don't know whether you noticed how Eileen's name is spelled, the first two letters.
Alien.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in kind of going down that rabbit hole. Is she his teacher who's come back, or what is that all about? And why is she there? And is she, is she an AI generated companion for someone who's now dead? I mean, my head goes like all over. And she's just like wandering the streets.
It's like a
different schools.
Current day Rod Serling.
Right.
It's so that's what, again, one of the reasons why I love doing this project, the intensive, is you come up with a story that you had no idea you were going to come up with. As we said before, we start this process. There are no nothing is predetermined here. We don't decide who's working with who before we start the process. Everything's random. No one knows who they're going to work with. The writers know they're going to write. The actors know they're going to act. The directors know they're going to direct. But they have no idea who they're working with. They have no idea what the play's about. And yet we all manage to come together and talk, and something comes out of that. It always starts with the writing, as it always should in a play. It's always about the word. And then it just grows and it becomes something, this is like when you're in the garden and you plant a seed, and then in a very short period of time, you see that seed sprouting and growing into something. That's what this is. And it's miraculous to see how that process happens and can happen without any preconceived thoughts or ideas in advance.
Yeah, one of my favorite things is always reading about where people come up with their ideas for TV shows or plays or books, or I just find that so fascinating. I think it's just like you're saying, it's where did people get these ideas? Where have I gotten my own ideas? Like it's really incredible to read about that.
And then the other fun part is when the writers are, and I say this with the greatest of love, writers are they're sponges, and they will take and steal from everywhere. So like you hear a story and it's like, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. And suddenly those things get woven in. Part of our discussion at one point, I was talking about the relationship I have with my kindergarten teacher, who I loved my kindergarten teacher. Miss Hoffman, if you're watching, I just want you to know I love you. And the thing is, she was such an important part of my development growing up. She was my kindergarten teacher, and yet now we're still like, she's still in my life. She's been like such an important friend of our families, and I was mentioning that, and so the idea of this first grade teacher and everything, sort of, that was part of it. I know you've taken all these other little things. At one point, I think I might have said, yeah, I'm going to be doing the hosting and everything. I'm driving the bus, and it was just an offhanded comment. I didn't realize I was really going to be driving the bus.
Yeah, it might be helpful to know that part of our process was, but Monica got to meet all of the actors, and we had like a session when we got to just sort of talk. What does transcendence mean to us? What types of characters have we played? It was just a semi-directed, but just to really get to know you session, so she would know who she was writing for. So I think she definitely picked up on some of those kernels, like Nick is talking about, and took those and ran with them. Yeah. So careful what you say in the company of writers.
Right. You never know. You never know what's going to be recorded for posterity.
Yep.
Well, and I love how there's that activism chant in it as well. So that was great. And that was really poignant of this moment. Was that something that you had brought into this, that you had been talking about, or how did that make its way in to the piece? Lorna on this, on the.
Oh,
Bree,
well, I was
sorry,
going to ask
yeah.
Monica if, because I did think that was interesting, and I remember I think it was the second draft when we got that, and when I heard the line, I contain multiple. When I read that, I laughed out loud because I just thought it was really funny. Yeah, it's definitely very like relevant to this time, and especially we are unfortunately in a time where people with disabilities, marginalized people, are getting overlooked and having their rights and needs taken away. So we need more Lornas in the world. Monica, what was your like inspiration to add that?
So again, while riding the bus, it's another thought I had about, technically, Muni, our municipal rail, could be, sued by people for not having these things on. But I mean, I kind of I wanted to have a kind of spontaneous, I wanted to pick up on the moment, as you said, that we're living in right now and have a kind of spontaneous thing um, that's wonderful and yet in a little way not appropriate for this particular situation because and to
Yeah.
show how that can, how that can resolve. Um, but yeah, it was I just wanted to do something fun. I just wanted to like just really throw something in there that was really unexpected.
Mhm.
I think it was super fun to have a play on a bus because if you think about Zoom, we're seeing everybody sort of chest up. We're just in these boxes. And I think at first one might think, oh, that seems so limiting, but it was actually just really fun to think about all the different things. I know the actors seem to have so much fun exploring what they do on the bus, whether it's reading or listening to music or putting on deodorant. We all talked about some of the gross things we witnessed on public transportation. Um, and there was actually like a lot of freedom in that, and then we had fun putting on the backdrops and stuff. But I'm a big believer in like making the most of the format. In live theater, you can be given a small space, a theater in the round, thrust, a major space. Maybe you're doing theater outdoors and it's raining. And in this case, it's a screen, which I think is really cool. And I love that Monica wrote a piece to really showcase that, and you guys did such a great job with it.
And it's yet still as nerve-wracking as live theater in person. But like Nick said, like you're worried about your lighting because now you're everything, right? You're the tech person and the actor, and so you're worried about your lighting, your cues, where everything is situated in the frame. So there is a lot
Noises
to
in the
think about.
house.
Yeah. I mean, there's some comfort, like, you can be in your pajama bottoms or whatever, but then you still have like all this pressure to make sure everything goes right. And so yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking. So the same jitters, I think, as live being in front of a live audience. Well, we are, but you know what I mean, on a stage. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely it gets the blood circulating.
Yeah.
And how much time did you get, Ashley, to work with everybody and to kind of like figure it out? It was great, like Nick passing back, and then that was all that worked really, really well. So how long did everybody get to really make it feel like a full piece?
We had a couple read-throughs of the script because we worked. Monica had a very strong script to begin, and then we had, I'm always thinking about things as an audience and watching the character's journey. So we should develop things even more richly, like a few tweaks here and there. And then we got to a final script, and then I spent a lot of time searching for the perfect bus background where it would look we like Nick was driving and all that. So we found those, and then we just started experimenting. Where do I look? And I look like I'm talking to you, and what's my behavior? And then we added sound. Tonight, my Chihuahua didn't like the blips on the interface. Sorry about that. That's the beauty of live theater. You never know what's going to happen, even when it's on Zoom. um, but yeah, so we
There you go.
rehearsed, and got together several times over the course of about 3 weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The work,
Sorry, go ahead.
you go ahead, you go ahead.
No, I was just to say, and I know it's been a delight. It is TBTB always he pairs you with people. These are all new faces for me, and then it's been so much fun, as Estrella said, to work with Nick as an actor who literally
Oh,
drives the bus of TBTB, and I'm here driving an actual bus. So we had a lot of fun with that.
I have a comment. The chanting scene reminded me I was back at camp.
oh, okay.
And
Like,
because we did a lot of chants a lot.
oh, that's cool. I didn't. That's cool.
And Nick, I put a comment in the YouTube feed. You will
No. Oh no. See, I knew it. I knew it. As soon as Tucker opened his mouth, I'm like, here it comes. All right, Tucker, I'm gonna have to read this comment. We'll deal with it later. He's not gonna say what it is, but it's okay.
I
Oh, I'm
I could say it if you want me to.
Yes, I want you to. You mentioned it. You got to share it with everybody
I'd
now.
say wait a minute. Sally the like Nick.
Oh, Viselli looks like me. Thank you, Tucker. I didn't want to necessarily say I was going to be doing this, but there we are, folks. We're doing it. This was such great fun to be able to do this. And again, I have the one great advantage of this job is I get to really meet and some incredibly talented people, so many talented people, and to actually get a chance to really work with them, like in an actual production, doing something I love doing that I don't get a chance to do very often, is a real treat. So it's
and
so wonderful.
Look, I
It's okay, Tucker.
I like how they play really show us how we need to be a team
Mhm.
to teach each other on the way of life.
Yeah.
I,
That's
I,
that's
lo- I love that you bring that up because, we all have more in common than we have differences. And I think people sometimes forget that, you know?
Yeah,
And
absolutely. And I
yeah.
think too, like even because I am a teacher in real life, I learn so much from my students every day. And they teach me so much. And every year, my new class that comes in with a whole group of personalities, they teach me. I'm not the only one teaching in the classroom. They're teaching me a lot. So I think everybody that we interact with, I think even the adults in our lives, like we're learning from everybody we meet. I mean, what do they say that in fact, it's on my email at my work, is that and I'm not going to quote it verbatim, but it's something like the lesson keeps coming to us until we learn what we're supposed to learn. And so I think that's why people come into our lives.
mm.
for a reason, bringing something we must learn.
So
Again, wing it
oh,
again.
here's the other kicker though. What do you teach, Estrella?
I teach first grade.
Yeah.
But I've taught kinder and first grade, and one year I actually taught both. It was like 10 kinders and 10 first graders in one class. So yeah, kinder and first grade. But I love it, and I do it because I love the kids. They're just amazing.
Yep. So great. Yeah.
Yeah.
You remind me of a teacher I had in first grade. Sorry.
I think kids are so present in the moment, right? And
Yeah.
sometimes as adults, it is
Mhm.
really hard to be present in the modern world. And
It is, and we
yeah.
feel. I mean, we have pressures, and we have, some of them say, responsibilities. That we tend to want to rush through those moments, and oh my gosh, they just remind me every day that you can't rush some of these things. Like I used to always panic that I had to teach so much, or I had to be like teaching this at this time and teaching this at that time. And what I've learned is sometimes you just have to throw it all out and be present, right? And let the kids kind of take you where we need to go. So sometimes we'll just go kind of off track because that's where we need to go. And so like Monica said at one point, she's a perfectionist. It's like I am too in so many ways, and that's been one of my lessons, is to let go of the perfection Because I tell them every day, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. We learn from mistakes, but to apply it to yourself that's a really big lesson. So
Nobody's perfect.
that's
There
right.
you go.
Nobody's perfect.
I had a teacher in undergrad an acting teacher, who used to say, and very good observation, that children, everything is an open book for them, and it's all about discovery. And the natural course is you study something, you learn something, and once you've made that connection or decision, it becomes a closure. Like you say, okay, I now know if I touch the stove, I'm gonna burn myself, right? That's basic. But that process carries on through our lives. And as we grow and become adults, we tend to just take things for granted. Everything becomes a closure. It's gotten worse in our world, I think, because we don't take the moment to stop and look at the person. We just make judgments and decisions about them based on what we see. And that's it. That is the problem. So yeah, there's an element that we have to try to be more like children and remain open, that there's always so much more to discover. This is something I talk about all the time because of our company. And I think that so many of our artists, because of disability, people tend to see the disability, they don't see the possibilities,
Right.
or the potential. They just see the disability, and then they say, nope, done, okay. And that's the problem. So it's what I love about kids, and what I love about working with so many wonderful people, because you're always bringing this sense of wonder and discovery.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah. So does anyone have any more thoughts or questions or observations?
I just want to maybe in the next topic we should talk about how technology is controlling us.
That's a good topic. I mean, I love the topic, and again, another, not just how that what you're saying in some way. I think what I love about this play is the simplicity of it, the fact that the one issue that is the technology, for this driver who's been driving for 29 years and probably was told, yeah, we have these new things on the bus, you got to learn how to use them. And yeah, for someone who is doing it for years and is used to a routine, learning something like that becomes like, oh God, now I got to learn this. I don't even know how to do this. And it becomes a problem. Some people just, they're used to their routine. They don't want to go beyond that. But yeah, I think our world today, technology is advancing at such an exponential rate, and we don't control it. It is happening so fast that it controls us. And that's a fun topic to talk about. And this play offers a solution, which is we got to work together.
Yeah, we can't just say, "Okay, boomer, you're on your own." We gotta help each other.
Help each other out. I'm telling you, it's what we need. We need each other.
Yep.
Thank you guys. Alicia, thank you for taking over the questions and driving the talk back. That means a lot. Tucker, I want to just say a special thanks to you, because you do so much for this company. You do so much for this project. The work you do, all of the, setting up all of the connections, setting up all of the links, promoting everything, doing all of the social media, the banners, all of that stuff. That's all Tucker. Tucker does all of that. Without him, we would be lost. So thank you for that, Tucker.
And I want to thank Bree for training me.
Oh my goodness.
Uh-huh.
It was so long ago. Thank you.
We were when we had an apprenticeship program, which I want to start up again. It's just that it involves capital, but it's an important program, and we had an apprenticeship that was really designed to teach disabled artists to like skills in administrative skills, things of that nature. So Bree was one of our apprentices, Tucker was one of our apprentices, and Bree was working with us before Tucker. So she had a lot of training and everything that she helped Tucker with.
And I'm so glad that this, I think this is the first time I've acted with you. I've worked with you as a boss, as administrator, and I've been directed by you. But yeah, I'm really glad to go on this journey with you, Mr.
Yeah.
Regulation.
Well, thank you, Bree. Thank you for everything. You're awesome. You're really awesome. So I think you're all wonderful.
And I can't wait to see round 2 because normally I just hear the play, I don't watch it, but the play I watch it because Nick was in the show.
Oh my, Tucker, thank you. Well, thank you. Thank you guys for everything. I'm just humbled and honored.
And we need to get you back out in our acting role soon.
Yeah, someday. But at least today, I had this glorious experience. So thank you. Thank you all for being such incredible colleagues and coworkers and friends. Means the world. So, all right. I just want to wrap this up and say to tell everyone, thank you guys for being a part of this and for watching with us. We're going to start another show in a few more minutes on Facebook. We're probably going to be a little late again, but we're going to do it. But I urge all of you, please, tomorrow night is what we will call our grand finale, okay? We are going to be doing the final 6 shows that were created during this intensive. We're going to be presenting them one after another consecutively tomorrow evening, beginning at 6 o'clock. And we're going to we're going to be simulcasting it beginning at 6 o'clock. It's going to be like a 90-minute show, and you'll be able to watch it all here. And you'll also get to see how it is performed and how a live audience reacts to it. So we hope you'll tune in tomorrow night, YouTube, Facebook, 6 o'clock. You'll get to see the final 6 shows of our Playmakers Intensive HPI4 Transcendence Approaching. Thank you all. There's way too many thank yous to even start with right now. I hope I can get some in on the other show, but we will see you very soon. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow night. Have a wonderful evening, and please tune in on our Facebook channel in a few minutes. Thank you again. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye. Thank you, Ashley.
No problem.
Yay.